Evening. Can you hear me? Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Can you all confirm if my voice is audible and clear? Hi Mohammed. Hi Vinayak. Good evening. Hi Sai Krishna. Good evening. Can you all confirm if voice is audible? Yeah, thank you. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start with today's session. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for your time on Sunday evening. Glad to meet you all. Hello, everyone. Good evening. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start the session. Okay. So before I start, thank you so much for your time on Sunday evening and a warm welcome to KSR Data Vision. In today's demo, we are going to look about a full stack Power BI developer and with Power Platform. Now, what exactly is this Power Platform? We are going to learn Power BI, which is the leading BI tool currently in the market. And to fill the small loopholes, we'll try to learn about Microsoft Azure, which is again a Microsoft product. And as an added advantage, we will be like learning Power Automate and Power Apps. Now, what exactly this is component of the four modules which we'll be learning, we'll see as a demo today. To start with, we'll be learning, we'll be seeing about why visualization is very important. Then we'll look into why Power BI and why again we have to learn cloud based. And as is an added tools, we are going to learn Power Apps and Power Automate. Post that, we will be looking into the course content, the course outline, what we are going to cover in detail. Now, to start with, just imagine this picture, the table you're seeing on the screen. Assume this is a sales that is either coming from Amazon or a Flipkart or eBay, whatever it is. The first column is like the month wise, and the second column is like you can see the sales, and the third column is revenue. When I say revenue, revenue can be either a profit or the money that is getting generated out of the business. Now, one thing you can understand here is we have month wise sales and revenue. I'll ask you four questions. Just focus and tell me what could be the answer. Imagine the client is asking you four questions. The four questions are: which month generated second highest sales? Which month generated the first highest sales? Which month generated the lowest sales? Which month generated the lowest revenue and the highest revenue? Let's say 4 to 5 questions. Now, is it possible to answer? Yes. But how long you're going to take? You're going to observe month by month. You're going to understand cell by cell value. And finally, you're going to answer. For example, you go and see this step by step. You go and see this step by step. And one thing you can understand is when you're going and seeing the step by step, this is the first highest, this is the second highest, and this is the lowest. So if I want to get the highest one, it's coming from March. If I want to take the lowest one, it is coming from the December. Now, same thing if I want to see for revenue. Revenue, this is the lowest month where it is getting generated. And the highest this time it's coming from February. Now, these are the four questions which I asked you. Now tell me, to answer these four questions, in fact, even I took nearly 30 seconds. I am seeing this data for the last 1 year, but still I have taken 30 seconds. And if you are seeing for the first time, you will try to take more than 1 minute. Now, what is the problem with this type of understanding or seeing the data? Definitely, this is not giving you a look and feel. This is not making your raw data into insights. It's just a table with a sales and revenue. Now, imagine if this entire table is being converted into this format. Now, the moment I see it, I can directly go and see where is the peak and where is the downward peak. That is December. Now, by seeing this itself, I can get to know that the highest sales, which is a green color, is coming from the March month. The highest revenue, which is a gray color, is coming from February. And both the months, there is a drop in the month of December. The same question, don't you think I was able to answer within a seconds? And in fact, when I asked you so these four questions, you're thinking about these four questions and you're trying to see that in the table. But now see what I'm doing in this table. In the mid of the year, the sales and revenue is stable. In the year end, it is dropping down. And in the year starting, it is high. Now we can see that in the starting first quarter of January, February, March, the sales and the revenue is an increasing stage. Whereas the second quarter and the mid of the third quarter, I can say that there is a stability. And towards the final quarter, which is the last 3 months, I can say there is a drop. Apart from the question which I asked, don't you think it made me to analyze more quarter by quarter? Or don't you think that I was able to get a complete picture of what is observed here? Now that's the way you can analyze when you have the data in a visual format, and every company is hoping to get their report in the visual format. So that's a key point here. Now, without visualization, our life is going to be very hectic because you have to collect the data, you have to put it in a place, you want to try to get some insights out of it, you have to get some information to the business. So it's really the toughest task you can have it if you are following a traditional way of approach which was used in the past 1 decade. Now, in order to get your understanding, assume that this is a table. It's really confusing that what type of data, how to analyze or visualize. So this is the biggest challenge. Now, in order to make it better, we have certain BI tools that can make our report very interactive, and you can see that how the data is converted into visuals. All these are key numbers which can define your business details. How much units has been sold, how much sales you are making, how much profit you are making. So all these details, and which month is having a growth, which area has been covered more, which product has made sales. All this informations which you are seeing in the data can be converted into a report. That is how our life is going to be easy, by using certain tools called visualization tools. We'll see what are the tools available, but the challenges which we had in the past now is being overcome by certain tools which can help us to convert your raw data into insights. Now, moving forward, why this is important? Now, if you are a smartphone user, or maybe I would say that if you are somewhere in the range between 25 to 30, 35, if you are a working professional, every day, minimum 3 to 4 calls you get on credit card, personal loan, home loan, car loan. Why you are getting all these calls? Because bank knows that this could be the potential customers who can go and buy these products. In fact, why my parents are not getting any calls? Why they are not getting? Because bank knows who is the customers for them who can really buy the products. Similarly, by getting more data and trying to visualize it, you can get to know who is your potential customers with whom you can make business. You can try to find out some patterns in it. For example, maybe if you take a Amazon sales itself, in the month of December, maybe usually we'll purchase more because it's a vacation time, it's a year end. Maybe there'll be a lot of offers, discounts. But if you talk about the start of the year, maybe people will think that, okay, start of the year, they need to plan for other things. Maybe they'll stop purchasing things. So there is a pattern. Start of the year, good sales. End of the year, low sales. Or it's the opposite. Start of the year, low sales. End of the year, it's a high sales. So this pattern can be observed in your business, which will help you to come up with some discounts, cashbacks, offers. End of the day, customers are your god. You need to make them purchase. Only then your business improves. Now you always keep on counting it. You keep on managing everything in Excel. Do you think you really have much time to think about business? Now that's where these tools can help us. It can do everything for you, and you just start thinking about the business on the next level. Don't waste your time in managing everything in Excel or in a table format. Not required. Going forward, everything can be reported by using charts, visuals, and make it more interactive, and rather than avoiding your manual observation. That's what we are going to do. And for that, visualization is very important because it gives you more clarity on how your data is behaving. Now, this report, what you're seeing, is completely built with a tool and which is done without even writing a single line of code. There is a myth, you would have heard about it. You go and ask any person who's working in IT industry and you ask him advice. I want to get into IT, what I need to do. You know what? 99% of them will get an answer like, you need coding, you have to learn programming to get into IT. This is still happening. You go and ask anyone advice. They tell that you need to be a programmer, you need to be from a computer science background, you need to be a degree holder, and you have to have interest over learning coding. That's how you can get into IT. You go and ask anyone who will tell this. But one thing I wanted to discuss at this point of time is, if you ask me, the future of coding is no coding. Now, what do you mean by no coding? Maybe in order to just implement a simple web application or just a login page in 2000, the number of lines you have to write in a coding language to achieve this is 1000 lines. In 2010, to achieve this, the same web logic, with a good frameworks, now we are able to write in 300 lines. The latest technology which we have, you can implement this web application with 100 lines. Now, what is your observation decade over decade? Don't you think your work is becoming easier? In order to implement an application, writing 1000 lines, now writing 300 lines, and now currently we can write it in 100 lines. What is your observation? Don't you think the number of lines you write as a code is getting reduced? Who knows? 2030, there may be 0 lines where you can achieve it by just drag and drop. Possibly this can happen. Who knows? Maybe in 7 years, anything can happen. Now, this entire report, what you have built, is like without even writing a single line coding. Okay. Now, if you ask me, I would say that the future of coding is going to be no coding, where everything can be achieved without even writing a single line of code. And that's what we are also going to do. All these charts, visuals, reports, dashboards, we are going to do everything without even writing a single line of code. That's what we are going to do. Now, before explaining Power BI, let me talk about BI. Now, what is this BI? Now, PI stands for business intelligence, where some of the data can come from different data source. For example, today's YouTube live video, we have shared it in YouTube link. We have shared it over WhatsApps. We have shared it over Instagram. We have also posted in LinkedIn, and we have also posted in Facebook. Now, from different set of social medias, we do get different set of requests. Some people would have requested from LinkedIn, some people would have requested from Instagram, some people would have requested from WhatsApp. So what is my goal here? I need to combine everything in order to know what could be the set of audience I can expect today. For that, rather than analyzing media by media, maybe I would say one channel by other channel, I will combine everything into one data, and then I'll see how many of them have requested for this demo. So what is your approach here? Collecting the data from different data sources, organizing into one data. And some of the data can be like not in a proper order format. Phone numbers may be in a different format, or address could be in different format. So everything I have to do all this data cleaning part, transformations, and I can say that some of the data can have gender as M and F. Some of the data can have male and female. Some of the data can have M and FE. Now, is it really required to maintain this 6 levels? Not required. Either this and this is more than enough. All this was unnecessary. And let's say there is a one more data set where you have age, where some of them is maintaining in 240 months, 360 months, and some of them are maintaining in 25 years, 26 years, 28.3. Is it really in a good format? No. Maybe I should have rounded off this, and I should have converted this months to years. So certain transformations, data cleaning, data processing is required in order to do my analysis. That is where a transformation layer comes into picture. Now, once everything is done, you're going to apply your business knowledge. You're going to use your brain. You have to think about the business, and you're going to help them in generating revenue. That is where, as a BI developer, you will be responsibility, right? You will have more responsibilities in working with business. Now, that is very important. Now, you may ask me a question. You may ask me a question. I have this tool now. Now, what is Power BI? We have a BI tool, right? Business intelligence is a tool which can do everything for you. Now, what is Power BI? Now, Power BI is a business intelligence tool which we can analyze the data, clean the data, visualize the data, submit the report to the end users. You can do a lot of things in this Power BI tool. Now, you may ask me a question. Is this the only tool which can do all these visualizations? If that is a question, I can say that there are another 30 tools which can do exactly what we are talking about: cleaning the data, transforming the data, report, publishing the report, building your visuals, charts, reports. All this you can do it by 30 other tools. Now you may ask me, okay, if 30 tools can do the same work, why have you chosen Power BI in this course? You may still ask me a question. Why are you not teaching Tableau? Why are you not teaching SAP? Why are you not teaching Clear Analytics? Now there is a reason that why it is being considered as one of the best tool, because this tool provides all the flexibility, all the features that a BI developer needs. Now there is a company called Gartner. Okay, the company name is Gartner. You know what? Their only work is to compare the tools. For example, they take iPhone, they compare with Samsung phone. They take out OnePlus, they compare with Samsung phone. So like this, they each on every tool they be comparing. Either they'll compare Java with Python. Similarly, they have compared this tool with all the other tools. This tool, this tool, this tool, and this tool. So like this, they have compared everything with every other tool. And finally, they've come up with this graph. Now, how to read this graph? We can see that certain dots are there. I would say so. There are certain round circles which define the BI tools. The one which we've discussed about the 28 to 30 tools. Now I can see here. Okay. Now, how to get a better clarity on this? Just imagine this is like a race. Imagine this is like a race track. This is start, this is end, the finish line. Imagine 30 tools running for the race. In this 30 tools which is running for the race, one thing I can clearly notify is now this is 0% race, that is a start. This is a 50% of the race, and the next is 100% of the race. Now what is your observation? Can I tell 28 of 30 tools have not even touched 50% of the race? Can I say that? Out of 30 tools which are running for the race, none of them have touched 50%. And the only challenge between only the competitors that is going to take out the first place is going to be this is the first one, this is the second one. Now one is the Microsoft's Power BI, and the other is Tableau, which also has been linked with Salesforce. Even after integrating, one thing we can observe is Microsoft is leading in the market, currently leading in the market, and I've seen for the last 3 to 4 years where it has always been on top. It is expected to stay on top even after 10 years. The reason behind this is every month they are trying to improve with the updates, and they're always on well track with the most of the advanced features where none of the other tools are capable of doing it. Right? Now, the second reason why this is also becoming one of the famous is the first it is Gartner. The second reason why this has become more famous is Power BI is very new tool. Its date of birth is 24th July 2015. Exactly. Today it's a 24th July. Coincidence. Today it's a coincidence. And today is Power BI's birthday. Maybe I did not thought about it, but just now I checked the date as well. So today is also 24th July. In fact, Power BI was also launched on 24th July, but in 2015, Power BI is just 7 years old. Power BI is just 7 years old. Now, who knows Power BI? Nowadays, everyone is getting to know, but still, most of the UI developers, middleware developers may not even be heard about it because it's a new tool. The one which have connected with you online, you're somewhere in some part of the country. I am somewhere in some part of the country. We are all connected over the live session thanks to YouTube. But one thing I can say is, one thing I can say is, what you're seeing on the screen, it's Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. In Google, maybe I could have taken n number of tools to share my screen or to create a content. You know why I've created Microsoft's PowerPoint presentation? Because PowerPoint presentation is a Microsoft product, and we all know how Microsoft has created its own brand. Lot of things are there available in Google, n number of tools. But why I'm using this Microsoft's PowerPoint? Because it has created its own brand. Microsoft Excel, Microsoft CSV, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Power BI. Power BI is also Microsoft product. We all know that the brand that is created by Microsoft. And also the other thing which you have to remember is there are thousands of companies which are using Power BI at a full stretch. They are migrating from other tools to Power BI. That is also the reason why it was moving in a very high speed. Very much demand we have for Power BI. But since you know this, lot of companies are using. I've just handpicked few companies. Don't think that only 5 or 6 companies are using. No, almost every company nowadays are using Power BI for reporting purpose. Now you've seen the second reason. The first reason was Gartner company has stated that Power BI is the most famous BI tool currently in the market. The second reason is the history of the Power BI where it has created its own brand. And this is a sample report that we have created by using Power BI, making you to understand what are the things that is possible, what are things is not possible. All the key important terminologies, sales, revenue, profit, everything you can observe here. This is a sample report that has been shown to you. And this sample report right away on 24th July, I can make you a promise. In the next 1 month, you will be able to do this report single-handedly without anyone's help. For that, we are responsible for this. You can take it as a challenge. Every chart, every bits and piece of the corner which you want to do a report, we are going to learn everything in the next 30 days. In the next 30 days, you'll be able to do this report without anyone's help. This is a open challenge which I'm giving. You will learn here in the next 30 days how to do a report. Now, You are doing a report here, you're getting the data and you are showcasing as a report, which is very, very useful for decision making. And in fact, this all is a dynamic. If you select 2016, 17, 18, January, February, March, you'll be able to see the report. Now, once you do all this, we know that Power BI is going to do everything. Power BI is going to clean the data for us, transform the data for us, do the report for us. It is going to do everything for us. But what happens nowadays? The data that is getting generated is a very, very high data. If you see from the 2010 to 2020, how the data has improved. In fact, people who don't know what is megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, I have shown you in the left side of the table. Kilobyte is 10 to the power of 3. Gigabyte is 10 to the power of 9. We all know year on till year. Why? If someone is asking, hey, what is your phone GB RAM? What is your RAM? Or what is your hard disk? You say that it's 128 GB or 8 GB RAM. GB is comes into picture. If someone is asking what is your laptop configurations, maybe you'll talk about terabyte. But we never heard about petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte. If you see, currently the data that is getting generated across the world is 40 followed by 10 followed by 21 zeros. 21 zeros. Now tell me, where do you store this type of data? Do you think you can store it in your phone? Do you think you can store it in your memory card? Do you think you can store it in your pen drive? Do you think you can store it in a laptop? Do you think you can store it in your hard disk? Where you will store this data? And we all know reason why it is getting generated in this way. It's all because of the smartphone usage. It's all because of the smartphone usage, internet usage. In the last 6 to 7 years, see the growth that has happened. It has tremendous change. Reason? Reason? Everyone have started using smartphones. Everyone is using apps. There are millions of applications that is available in your smartphone. I'll give a small hint. You're listening to YouTube, right? Post this session. Once you come out of your YouTube, just observe your smartphone for 2 minutes and see how many applications you'll be using in your smartphone. I can say Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, Twitter. 5 accounts, 5 apps. Then Ola, Uber, IRCTC, Redbus, Make My Trip. Another 5 apps. Then Hotstar, Premium, Netflix, some local apps which can give you some series, all this. Another 5. Then PhonePe, Paytm, Google Pay, Net Banking. Another 5. I myself am telling you will be having this 15 to 20 applications in your phone. Apart from that, you may still have any number of things that you're using. And in fact, remember one thing, one smartphone, one person, 20 applications, 20 accounts. See the amount of get that data getting generated. I give you an example. One person, one smartphone, 20 apps. In fact, I missed counting Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, all this. 20 apps, 20 accounts, every day 2 to 3 GB of data. This are all I'm talking about one person. All this I'm talking about one person. Imagine 7.5 billion users. I mean, 7.5 billion people on this earth. 3.5 billion people are internet users. Just see on the top. I'm talking about one person. There are 3.5 billion people on this earth who are using smartphone and internet. Just imagine 1%, 20 accounts. Imagine 3.5 billion people. How many accounts? How many apps? What is the data that is getting generated? Now, where do you store all this data? Can you store it in your house? Can you store it in your network? Do you think you can store it in your smartphones, pen drives, hard disk? The challenge comes in terms of the data. Since Power BI can do everything for you, doesn't mean that you need to go and overload the person. Power BI can do everything. But why are you going and overloading by loading all this data? We need a place where we can store the data. That is how there is something which you're going to use in future, that is going to be cloud computing. In order to store the huge data, Power BI still supports to certain extent. After that, Power BI also say that boss, it's more than enough for me. I cannot store more data. Now, as an alternative, we have something called cloud computing. Now, cloud computing will help us to store the data, which is an unlimited data, and which also helps us to transform or do a data cleaning, which may also be moved out of Power BI. Power BI I will use for specific purpose. Maybe I'll call it as reporting. For the other two things, I would say that for data storage or well as a transformations, let me go and start using the cloud service. And that cloud service, now what we are going to learn is going to be Microsoft Azure. Now, there are four other cloud computing services also, like Amazon Web Service, GCP, OI. And one thing which you can go and take it from here is AWS is a topmost cloud service, but what we are going to learn in this course is going to be Azure. The reason is it is also a Microsoft product. Microsoft product links with the Microsoft products, and it is very easy to get to end to end. Now that's the reason why we are going to learn Azure. Now we have a problem with, I wouldn't say problem, don't want to overload Power BI. I don't want to overload Power BI. Power BI to load every data, do the transformations. I don't want to do that. I want to minimize efforts so that it can deliver to its best. The performance can be too good. And for that reason, we are going to learn one cloud service, which is going to be Azure. Now, by using Azure, we can store unlimited data, very flexible to get the data from the cloud service. Be it anywhere on the earth, you can still access my data because everything is connected over web. Everything is connected over web. Now all this makes me to get into the cloud service, and the one which I'm going to learn is Azure. Now Azure is the second largest cloud computing. It is accessible worldwide, and it also provides good access to your data. And I would say that this is also cost effective. We can use the services. Now you may ask me, is that not any other services? Every other service provides the benefits, but for moreover dealing with the data transformations, data storage, Azure provides one of the best services in order to work upon. Right? Now that's something which we made our work very easy. To store the data, to transform the data, even Power BI can do it, but I will not overload everything on that. I will be putting everything into a separate helping service, which is going to be Azure services. Now we have seen why Power BI, And we have seen there is a small loophole that can be filled by Azure, which is like a cloud computing, which will help us to store huge data. Now, okay, all done. Now, just observe that this is a Azure with Power BI. When Azure, we have something component called data factory, which can help us to collect the data from different sources, which can help to clean the data, which can help to transform the data, and finally you can use your Power BI for reporting. Finally you can use Power BI for reporting. Thus this will solve my problem. Yes or no? Okay. Now, is it an end? No. One thing I observed is most of the reports which we are going to see like this, the business reports, usually this will be used most of the time by business users or maybe a higher management. I would say your managers, senior managers, CEO of the company, CFO of the company, or any of the agents, whoever is going to use this app, most of the time they'll be on travel, traveling from one place to other, flying from one place to other, always moving on between seminars, presentations, everything. Do you think every time they can carry a laptop with them? Definitely not. I can start create them as an interactive app, and for that we are going to learn something called Power Apps. Now Power Apps will help us to connect between the source and start creating an interactive mobile app. It provides a lot of features. It can be used like your actual mobile app which you're using currently, like where to click, what to do, how to go there, how to navigate. All this, the same thing we are going to build in Power App. Now, Power Apps, by using Power Apps, you can run your model and you can deploy it on your phone or tablet so that your end users, whoever is a frequent traveler, they need not always carry a laptop. They can always carry your smartphones and they can start using it. How good, right? Rather than seeing the report, now everything we are seeing as a app. Okay. Now, is this an end? No. What we have done, we can create a certain app for certain applications and certain pages. If you want to see a product, maybe a separate app is there. If you want to raise a complaint, there is a separate app called help desk app. So like this we have created a certain apps that will be helping us to go and use as a application. Now also you need to think about it. Certain things are like manual work. When I say manual work, I'll give a live example. Today evening 6 o'clock, there was a live session that was organized from KSR Data Vision. You know what we have done? We have created a YouTube live link. We have created a LinkedIn. We have shared this post in the LinkedIn. So YouTube, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like this, we have shared about today's link to 6 applications manually. Copy the link, go and post it in the story. Copy the link, go and post it in the Instagram. Copy link, go and post it in the LinkedIn. So all this is a manual work which I'm doing. And we Indians, we're all always lazy to do work. We try to find an alternative way in order to fix that. For that, we have something called Power Automate. The moment I create YouTube link, automatically it will flow to all the Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything it has to go and Create automatically. That is how we are going to work on automation. Being an Indian, we all know how lazy it is. So we always find a solution which can automate certain things. Once a schedule is done, once the data is refreshed, I need to send the message to all the users. Automation. You're raising a ticket for your internet not working. Once the internet works, automatically there will be a text message to you telling that the ticket is closed. Your internet is working. Now, all these automations, we can do it by a process called Power Automate. You can move the data from one system to other. You can actually implement some business logics. All these things you can do it by Power Automate. Now let's connect the dots. We know Power BI reports. We know maybe some of the data we cannot store it everywhere, so we start using Azure. And then we start creating Power Apps so that our report can be viewable in mobile applications. And finally, I can automate it by sending notifications, messages, content I can share. So all this we can connect the dots. And what we are going to learn here is Power BI, Azure, Power Apps, Power Automate. Now this will be like a complete package which we are going to learn, and finally we are going to connect the dots. Now, what are the job opportunities that is we are having on this technology? Now I have a set of repetitive questions that keeps on we keep on getting it. So I'll discuss that first. Post that I'll give you time to ask your questions as well. Now, a lot of job opportunities are there in Power Apps, Power BI, and including a complete a Power Automate developer. And that's what we are going to learn. You can see the numbers. You can see the numbers. And it was taken in the month of July. So you can see how many jobs are there for Power BI, more than 1 lakh openings. And in Power Apps, nowadays everyone has started using it. So these are the job opportunities that you will have in the this technologies. The next frequent question I'll be getting is, who should go for this course? Already people who are into the field of data science, data analysis, data business analysis, this is a add-on for you. You can learn it. And the most important people or most important audience who can learn this course will be no coding background. You need not have knowledge on anything. Assume that even you have just come out of your college, still you will be eligible to learn this because this does not require any coding. I've told you in the start of the session, there is a myth. People will tell that you need a coding to survive. I can show you people who are earning well in lakhs without even writing a single line of code. I can show you examples. To survive in IT, to work in IT, your skills are important, your knowledge is important, your implementation is important, not how to code it. Coding is just a part of it, and you can do a lot of things without coding as well. So this becomes a main point who can jump into this course. One more myth I would say that if you are going at if you are a fresher and you're going asking someone, everyone says, hey, do a Java course, do a testing course. These are the two things you keep on getting it. But I would say there is very less fresh talents who knows this Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps. So this is a very good opportunity for freshers. If you are a fresher, this would be a very useful technology for you. If everyone is learning Java testing, who will learn this advanced tools? So it's a very good opportunity for freshers. People who are coming from a gap, career gap, personal reason, health issues, whatever the issues is, if you add a gap in your career, you can easily learn this career and you can try to overcome the fear of experience here. Why? Anyone who learns this can easily master the tool because this does not require any coding. Anyone can learn. This will help us to master the gap. Suppose you have 3 years gap, 5 years gap. If you're learning any other technology like Java or maybe testing, your expectations will be high. Now, I'm not saying that there is no expectations here. Expectations will also be here, but I can say that the expectations which the company will have for a 5 year experience, you can master it in 3 months because this is just a tool that you need to practice it. Maybe you take an app in your mobile smartphone and you don't know how to use, how to navigate. Within 1 month, you can master that app. Yes or no? You keep on using it, you keep on using it, you'll become a master. That is what we are going to see here as a added advantage for the people who have a career gap. People who want to switch to the business side, people who are coming from admin, people who are coming from maybe HR, people who are coming from BPOs, call centers, getting a less package. This is a very, very good opportunity for you to master the skills because this skill can take you to the level where you can master it and get into IT. For you all, sky is the limit. Now, this answers who can go for this course. The next question which we usually get is why we have to join KSR. There is n number of materials available in Google, online tutorials, online sessions, plural site, great learning, simply learn, edureka. Now all this are there. Why especially you need to join KSR? So one thing I can say is if you're learning anywhere else, the most difficult problem is you don't know where to start. That's a major problem. And in order to understand where to start, how to read, how to prepare, you need to understand the flow. So, what we are going to do in this course, we are going to cover 15 hours of SQL. That's like you start with it. Then 40 hours of completely Power BI, 15 hours of Azure, and finally 30 hours will be learning Power Apps and Power Automate. Overall, I can say 100 hours of BI technology. Now, in this four sectors which you are learning about the SQL, Power BI, Azure, Power Apps, and Power Automate, what you're seeing, we are going to learn for 100 years, I mean 100 hours. And one more thing you need to identify here is for all this account, okay, for using Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps, you need an organization account. When I say organization account, if you're working in TCS, let's say tcs.com. Let's say you're working in HCL, hcl.com. Now, this is all called organization accounts. Okay. Now, in this organization account, you need to have an organization account to practice it. None of them are going to give it for you if you are training yourself, but we are going to provide organization account for each and every one. We are going to provide organization account for each and every one for 1 year. And apart from that, we are covering weekly, the projects. And apart from that, we'll have any of the updates, preparation, mock interviews, interview guidance, resume preparations, and we also try to fill all the gaps that you're having by learning this advanced features. Now, most of you are coming from career gap. So you need to get adjusted to the environment, how to communicate with the organization, how to communicate with your clients. So that also will try to help you within the class, will make you to talk, will make you to come out of that comfort zone. And moreover, it's not like an institute. We are like startup. We are a like startup where you'll be working under a manager. The manager will be giving you a task, and you as an employee has to take that responsibilities, and you need to complete the assignments, homeworks, what has been given, and that is how we are going to take forward. Now, along with this, we are also covering business knowledge. Now, in order to master data analysis, you need to understand what type of report you need to build, how you need to build. Now, all this we are going to cover. Now, I would say that we are the one and only institute in India to give accounts for each and every person. Even if we have a 500 members, we will be giving 500 accounts for each and every one. All the communications, discussions, meetings, schedules, everything is going to happen in a professional organization level that is going to be given prior before you join the classes. Okay, so this is about course. Now, after completing this course, you'll be learning how to code in SQL, because that is where we are going to start. SQL is the first topic which you're going to start. Then you'll build a report from scratch, and you'll also learn Power Apps, Power Automate. And the most important point is we'll be learning about cloud as well, which is going to be Azure. Now, after completing this course, these are the technologies and tools you'll be learning. Now, these are all the tools which you will be learning. We're starting with SQL. That is, we'll be learning MySQL Workbench, and we'll also be learning Power BI Desktop, which is going to be our second topic. And then comes Azure, Power Apps, Power Automate as a last three, which we are going to discuss. These 5 tools we are going to master in the next 100 hours of training. Now, we have our own app. This is all reviews. You can go and check our reviews on our website. This is our own app that we maintain. We have our own app, KSR Data Vision. You can download it. You can explore all the courses that is available, and you can easily get more information about the course. Now, we also maintain a YouTube channel where we upload most of the scenario based, what is happening in the real time markets, what type of questions they're asking. We have also uploaded end-to-end projects. So please get in touch with our videos. Now I'm going to tell you how you can join our course. You can log into our website datavision.com. The moment if you open this is a website. Please create an account. After creating account, you can see in the all courses, we all maintain the course here. Whichever course we are running, we all maintain here. There is one course called SQL, Power BI, Microsoft Azure Power Apps, which is we are going to start on 28th July at 7 p.m. This is going to be an evening class, and you just need to go and click this free tab so that you will try to give first 5 free classes for you free. And to give more detail about the course, the batch is going to start on 28th July. This is going to be evening batch, 7 p.m. The classes will be from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday, it's for doubt clearance, question and answers, assignments, and we'll have mentors who can help you. This is for Saturday, Sunday. The actual classes will be from Monday to Friday. It starts from 28th July, 7 p.m. and it will go for 100 hours, approximate around 3.5 months. And for all this, which you're going to learn SQL, Power BI, Azure, Power Apps, Power Automate, all this including as a one package, the fees will be 27,000. And the reason for 27,000 is we are also going to provide you account. We are going to provide you account, that is organization account. By using that, you can use all this 3 to 4 tools. And maybe if you reach out to our people, we may also get an offer which you can get it for 25,000. And if you take all this as a package, you'll also get MSBI training as free. If you're interested, you can also learn MSBI for free. Once you get registered for this course, you'll become a KSR family member. So you'll start using all our features, and we'll also give you more of our free courses, whichever is available for you. SQL also we will be covering. We are going to start the entire course with SQL and get registered. And first 5 free classes, you can attend it. If you are satisfied, then you can join. We are nowhere taking your money on the first day. First 5 days you attend for free. You can interact with us. You can see our way of teaching. You can explore more and then you join. We are not forcing you to join on the day one. Start attending our free sessions, which is going to start on 28th July. And I've told you how to get registered. Just click that free tab on our app. You'll be able to see this time. On this time, the class will be starting. Okay. So I've answered all your questions. Now let me go through the chat. Diploma from electrical background. Yes, you can do it because this is completely coming from a non-technical background. So I would say that you can easily go and get registered and it will be definitely a good session for you. All the sessions is going to be recorded. So even if you're missing classes 1 or 2 days, this should be, you'll be able to get our recordings. We have our own app where you can go and see the recording. The moment the class ends, within couple of hours or maximum 3 hours, the video will be uploaded and you can go through the recordings. The recordings also will be available for you for 1 year. So you can learn it. SQL is a language. MySQL is a tool. So don't get confused. Please attend first 5 classes and then you can register, or you can reach out to our team, which is displayed on the below. Reach out to our team and then you can get registered. What type of metrics? We will help you to understand, because that's where you are also learning business context, business knowledge. So Shubham, this list is being taken from LinkedIn, Naukri, and also from most of the reference. So you can go and research. Definitely you will have more openings for Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI. If you put as a component, definitely you'll get calls. MySQL is also included in this course. The course duration is 3.5 months. The fees is 27,000. Maybe if you registered early, we may even give you a promo code where you can go and get it for 25K. And if you take it, you'll also get a complimentary as MSBI. This course is going to be online, but still we have an offline classes, that is we are from Bangalore. You can visit us anytime. We can help you out. We all will be there. And but course will be taken in the online. Since the situations are not back to normal, still we are continuing with online classes. Certificates we can give you, but is it certificate is going to be useful? Because you need to attend all our classes, you need to do all the assignments, you need to uh, do the projects by your own which are going to teach. That is all important. More than certificate, I would say the skills which you are going to learn here will be given importance. Your salary, I would say that usually compared to the market, you will always be at the higher level because you're going to learn the top skills, which is going to be Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps. So definitely you will have a good expectations in the salary. We are in Marathalli. You can go and check our address on our website. Yes, you are from a life cycle background. If you are from any background, you can still get into this technology because nowhere coding is required. You will be able to clear any certification exam if you attend our course from the day one. Yes, the Gartner quadrant which I showed you, it was a BI tool analysis. This course will help you to clear PL 300. Yes, we will be providing you all the recorded sessions for 1 year. We will be working with 3 real-time projects. Any other questions? We'll be working with 3 real-time projects. Definitely you will have it, but you should be eligible. Only Power BI everyone knows. Everyone knows Power BI. It's an easy tool. But what is the openings? Definitely when more people are there, you will get less calls. So that's the reason we are going to learn Power Automate, Power App and Azure, which are going to make your profile even better. Yes, we will be covering DAX as well. Majority of the DAX functions will be covered, which we are using in the real-time scenario-based projects. If you have already completed the free classes, get registered. You can start paying the amount as well. Reach out to the number that has been shown. They'll help you. Morning classes are also available, but this is a new batch that we are going to start on 28th. We will be covering 40 hours only on Power BI. So all the real-time scenario use cases, whatever is required, everything we will be helping you. We do have link with certain companies. If you are performing too well in our assignments, projects, we will definitely refer you. In fact, we can only hire you. We don't believe in any fast track because our way of teaching is you need to survive in company. I can teach you from morning to night. I can teach you complete Power BI. What is the use? What is the use? You need to go and survive in the company. That is the reason we are teaching for 3.5 months. It's not like 1 day or 2 day where we learn everything. So no fast track. We will help you. From our end, we will give a reference. We'll try to push your profiles, everything we will do, provided you attend each and every class. You attend first class and you attend last class and don't ask us job. A minimum laptop of 8 GB RAM with a hi-fi configuration should be more than enough. Power BI are used most widely in all the companies, so that is why it is in demand. It's a Microsoft product. Course fees is 25,000, 27 actually. If you get registered within 5 days, you will get a discount of 2K, and you will be learning 6 tools for 25,000. Organization account for 1 year. And you don't need 1 year. Why you want 1 year? Within 3 months you'll get job. Why you need for 1 year? After getting a job, your own organizations will give you. Any other question? Freshers, you will get it when you compare with all the other technologies. Like if you have learned a Java, if you have learned a testing, compared to that, this will at least you'll get some opportunities, but it could be less. I agree that for freshers it could be less. If everyone is getting 10 calls, you may get 2 calls, but you have to crack it within the 2 calls. That's the only option being a fresher. Yes, you can attend PL 300 for this. Azure Data Factory is a transformation layer. Azure Databricks is also a transformation layer. Azure Data Factory comes with without coding. Azure Databricks, you'll need to learn Python and PySpark. We'll be learning we'll be learning MySQL, ADF, Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps. These are the 6 tools which you'll be learning. And in fact, you will get MSB access as well. I3 it's very difficult because since we are moving to the cloud based, I5 is expected. Okay, so this is all about the demo. If you still have any questions, please reach out to our team. Our team will help you. And please attend first 5 free classes. Taking a decision whether to go for this course or not, take it after 5 days. Nothing harm in attending the first 5 free classes. First attend it, then you can get to know, then you'll get the confidence of cracking an interview. Every interview question, real time scenarios, everything we will be discussing because we are all working in an organization. We all know what is a real time scenario based questions will be asked. So everything will be covered. Making sure that you are readily available for interview with the multiple mock rounds, mock interviews, resume preparations, making you confident enough, coming out of the comfort zone. Everything is our responsibility. Your responsibility is just attend the class from the day 1 to the 100 classes without even giving a single break, and practicing every day which should get you a good opportunity. We have a morning batch as well, but it is going on. It is somewhere in the middle, so it will be a disconnect. And this is especially a requested batch for evening. So we have starting. If you want to join a morning batch, you have to wait for another 2 3 weeks. Okay. So thank you all. You can reach out to our team. Our team will definitely help you.